Lee Jones here from Hotspawn, and I'm joined with Boo after a win for Team Heretics in their second match of Stage 2. And it was a bit of a mad one against Gentle Mates today. Obviously, two massive comebacks, one of them that didn't quite pull off in the end. But just give me your reaction to the series. Why do you think things were so hot and cold like that?
I mean, first on Karot, we did practice the map, but not as much as them, I am quite sure. We knew that we were going to leave it open, but we were not looking to pick it at all. But yeah, they picked it, so we had to play. In general, in the scrims, I think we played 3 scrims only, and it honestly was the same thing as it was unofficial. We were getting 2, 3, 4 rounds on attack, but we had 11, 10 on defense. I think we won every scrim, but we had crazy bad attacks. And yeah, I think it's just inexperience on the map, just not enough time to prepare. On attack, our pathing on executes was terrible. We didn't even know who's going where. We were trying to kind of make it better as we go. And I think on the overtime, the attack round 4v5, we've already splitted B once. It was really bad pathing wise, so we learned. And the overtime attack round was really good pathing from us. So basically, we're kind of improving as we go. But for defense, I don't know, we always had it on lock. So, yeah, everything went same as scrims. But we were fine with losing Korot because we knew that's not our strength. But Ascent, I think that was a bit of a, again, it's a defense-sided map in our opinion. But 2 rounds is a failure in my eyes. We should have gotten 4 or 5. It's hard on attack, but we should have gotten way more rounds. And I think, yeah, we underperformed on Ascent attack for sure. And then on defense, both rounds we lost, honestly, was panic. Not panic, but mistakes from us, basically. So yeah, just 2 very defense-sided maps, at least for us. They played well. Vekai, I think, just kind of destroyed us throughout the whole best of 3. But yeah, it was a grind, and I think kind of the main takeaway is our resilience that started in Saudi, where we were we're honestly down a lot, not just in finals against Fnatic, but even in other games. We were comebacking, and we kind of learned how to come back, because usually we are the ones getting comebacked, from the last year. Yeah, so just a little bit of new map, a little bit of new mental strength from us. Yeah, and I mean, they played well. I think they played really well.
Cool. I wanted to ask you about that as well, about the EWC win. And as you say, it's kind of that first time where, especially in the finals, I know there's, everyone was going on about the final run. And it's the first time where, like you say, it's kind of gone in your guys' favour, and especially in the manner of it as well, where the first 2 maps were very one-sided for Fnatic, and it almost seemed like the hardest one to be able to come back, and yet you guys did it. What do you think was different with that final? Had there been something different beforehand in the preparation, or just why do you think it was that one where you were finally able to have a comeback like that and yeah, get the grand final win?
I think it's 2 main things. One thing is experience. Our previous finals, we had one against Fnatic and we were winning 2-0, and we were winning 7-2 on the 3rd map, but we still choked it. We got reverse sweeped, and just a lot of best of 5 finals where we got a lot of experience, and everything is possible basically. We experienced it ourselves that everything is possible, even though it was not in our favor. But we knew that we can also do it, it's possible. That's one thing. Second thing is our team chemistry / energy. In general in WC, it was always growing, and the energy that guys were giving, especially Rian's, he was trash talking the crowd. He was genuinely mad at them. There was emotions that were fueling us, from Benji, Minibu, and Rian's. Mostly, and yeah, those 2 things were the main reasons. Because Valorant wise, I would maybe even argue Fnatic were better in terms of I don't know, macro calls. Of course it was 5 different maps, but in general, for example, first 2 maps, they completely outplayed us. There was no chance. I think Valorant wise, they maybe even were better, but I think kind of mentally, and I don't know, this never give up thing, I think we had, we're stronger in that.
Yeah. And I'd heard people say during that whole kind of year and a half leading up to basically that win. I'd heard people say quite a lot of times, like, you know, if Team Heretics can just win one of these finals, then it kind of gets over that hump, if you like, and then the rest will come a lot more easily, and they'll start winning loads of stuff. So is that something you kind of feel like as well? Does it feel like there's maybe like a pressure off, and maybe it could be, you know, a bit easier moving forward even?
For the team, I think so. For me personally, no, because all the losses in the finals before didn't like make me think that we're gonna lose again. So winning this one doesn't mean we're gonna win again. I think every single final is like individual final. Like it depends on us at the moment, our form, enemy form. Like, you know, sometimes we play really good, but there is EDG that are just playing better, and there is nothing you can do. Or sometimes we are getting lost mentally completely, like against, I don't know, like, you know, Fnatic in EMEA Stage 1. Like we just got lost. So each of them is different. And yeah, for me, it's like, maybe for others it has some, you know, lifting the weight from the shoulders. For me, it's more like, you know, I know how long the path is, and we need to do it again. And there is nothing easy about it.
For sure. Just to kind of go back a little bit further as well, like, what do you think it was in Toronto that you guys didn't really seem to show up there? I know, like, there was the kind of meme really that ended up true of you know, losing to the third and first place finishes, which kind of in retrospect does kind of make it not look as bad. I think, you know, especially Paper X having won it. Yeah, just what were your takeaways from Toronto?
I mean, in theory, it's like unlucky. We always lose to first and third, but you know, while the tournament was still going, while the group stage was still going, like we didn't know that they're gonna win and stuff. So, you know, it's like hindsight. But no, like I don't think it's, you know, an excuse. I don't think it's unlucky seeding. I don't think it's like anything. Like teams are building throughout the tournament, and like the Wolves that we lost to was not the Wolves that got to the third place. Like they like improved 5 times. Like Paper X, I think, improved as well during the tournament. That's, you know, what happens when you go on a run. So I think like we were still like, you know, we were supposed to still win the games if you play well. So, you know, it's not an excuse. And for the problems, like what was there? I mean, there was a lot of problems, I'm not gonna lie, but I think the main one was like lack of responsibility in terms of like we were all kind of chilling and waiting for someone else to do like the most important things, like, you know, the round winning plays, round winning calls. We were waiting like for somebody to, like, you know, like a player was waiting to get hyped instead of hype other. Like he was waiting, you know, that why are you not hyping me up instead of like I'm gonna hype you up. It was like, you know, like we were fine, but we didn't do the things that we were supposed to do. It was like, I don't know, we just disappeared kinda. And then during the games when it happens and we're losing, like there is no chance to come back. Like why did we come back against Fnatic? Because people stepped up. They, instead of waiting for others to do something, they did it themselves. And then you can start building, you get rounds, then it becomes easier to play because you're actually winning rounds, economy is in your favor, ults are in your favor. But if you're losing and there is nothing to being done to break out from the cycle, you're just gonna keep losing. So that was like the main, you know, issue during Toronto.
And then now, obviously, going to Stage 2, just to end on quickly here, obviously there's not been a huge time for you guys in terms of a turnaround to Stage 2, and obviously there's the new map, but also there seems to have been like maybe more than usual, like so many roster changes as well. So just kind of what has that prep process been like, especially where, yeah, like a lot of these teams like Gentle Mates, for example, have changed a lot and suddenly kind of look like a new team. How has that been getting ready for Stage 2?
I mean, I think now it's fine, but before the first game, like after EWC, we had like 2 scrim days, and the only positive from that is that the team we played against had exactly the same situation, BBL. So like that's why we didn't get like punished in any way. So like thanks to Riot for scheduling it that way. I think same for KC Fnatic. So there was like a lot of disadvantage, but in reality it didn't matter. And now when we're back to, you know, like just regular weeks, the field is like equal. You know, we have the whole week to prepare for the game, and I think that's our strongest like state to be in. I think with this roster, like without Patitech, with Wood, we are so far 15-0 in group stage. Like we had stage 1, we had 3-2, but both games we lost were with bad attack. Then stage 2 5-0, stage 1 5-0, and so far 2-0. So it's like 15 wins in a row in group stage, and like that's our comfort zone. That's where we can prepare as much as we want. We can change comps, we can change map pools, we can anti-strat, we can prepare for enemies anti-strats. Like we have so many like smart people working with us that can like build entire like game plans, and players that are capable of executing it. So now when we're back to the season, just regular season, like I feel extremely comfortable.
Nice one. Well, that's what we've got time for, Boo. So thanks very much for the interview. Congrats on the win again today, and good luck in the rest of stage 2.
Thank you.